It is Tuesday, everybody, and not a lot has happened since yesterday, but we are here as promised just to break it down for you, help you navigate these markets, give you some banging setups, because as you know, we have strategies to help you make money in any market conditions. And that being said, it's been difficult markets indeed. This is sort of a chop zone right now as we're potentially heading into a pivot, which we will go over with Rob in just shortly from now. But actually, right now is important to get your head in the game, which is why I want to bring your attention to the title of this, which says huge move coming for crypto, be prepared. If that huge move comes and we end up getting a bounce and we get the stochastic weekly and bi-weekly cross up, which only happens like once per year, maybe twice, that is a huge momentous shift in the markets. Now, is that potentially what we're witnessing, and how are you going to be prepared for that? That's what we're going to talk about on today's stream with those of you who are real enough to tune in, to zoom in, to tune out the noise, and to double down on your knowledge and your skills and your learning set during this time, because it's worse than boring market for people. It's just depressing, right? People are getting depressed. We're almost like in despair now. And as that is happening, big money is quietly accumulating. Still, I'm going to re-emphasize this. Big money wants crypto cheap, and they don't care. They will buy your capitulation for years if they have to, right? So like this is the big leagues now, and we're in the big leagues with the big boys, swimming with the whales, and we need to learn how to navigate those waters. And as long as we can do that, we can succeed. And that's what we want to bring you here on this channel, is to figure out how to navigate that sea, not only as a long-term investor, but also as a midterm holder and a trader, right? So that's what we aim to bring you guys on this channel. There is a little bit of gossip, GameStop-like gossip with MicroStrategy and JP Morgan, which I'm going to take you through as well. It's kind of crazy, actually. Other than that, there's not a whole lot of news. I'll walk you through some of the news. Russia expands investment options for crypto-linked assets. There's all kinds of bullish news coming out all the time, okay? It just doesn't end. Fed Governor Stephen Miran says the U.S. economy calls for large interest rate cuts, large with an L. And speaking of interest rate cuts, we may have a potential replacement for the Fed Chair Jerome Powell with Kevin Hassett, who seems to be President Trump's top choice to replace Jerome Powell. So I have to read up on Kevin Hassett, but I mean, if Trump is wanting to appoint him, he's got to be bullish on crypto and on the markets and want to stimulate the economy, right? So in other news, this is particularly bullish, right? So the U.S. has to accumulate Bitcoin at a tax neutral way. So they can't use means to buy the Bitcoin. They have to use it in a tax. So they can't use tax dollars and taxpayers' money. But it does say here that I just wanted to read you this one story that I found, which I find really interesting. Congressman Warren Davidson says the U.S. can fund its Bitcoin reserve by accepting taxes in BTC. So maybe it can't fund it with tax dollar money, but if it accepts taxes in BTC, maybe that's sort of like a way around the rules. I don't know. That would be extremely, extremely bullish. You can pay your taxes directly in Bitcoin. So that's one of the things that came out. Okay. And we're just waiting. We're just watching and waiting. This is like, those of you who have the patience to make it through this time and get out to the other side alive, you are going to do insanely well in these markets. So that's why we're here, to sort of navigate you through that. So here is some of the gossip of the day. Let me just remove my video here. So this is about MicroStrategy and JP Morgan. So here it says, rumor, JP Morgan has a huge short position on MicroStrategy's master. Billionaire Max Kaiser drops the next bombshell. There are unconfirmed rumors that JP Morgan allegedly holds a huge short position on Master, so large that a 50% pump above Friday's closing price could cause existential problems for the bank. At the same time, Bitcoin accounts are reporting that more and more customers are allegedly closing their JP Morgan accounts after rumors of a targeted attack on Master shareholders. This all started due to an issue noted by JP Morgan on risk to MicroStrategy from an MSCI proposal set for January 15, 2026, which could exclude firms where digital assets top 50% of holdings, potentially triggering $11.6 billion in index fund sales. Public filings show the bank held 2.4 million master shares worth and 765 million as of September 30th, plus 117 million options. This has caused a lot of panic in the markets, but this FUD and panic tactics is not new to the banks. Yeah. So there's always a lot of shenanigans going on, especially with JP Morgan. I mean, they have been so flip-floppy about crypto in general. But this would be really crazy to see if we had like a GameStop-like moment and the master just started pumping, right? And they had a short position on it. That would be, we've seen crazier things, right? So this is sort of like what's in the works now. And there's actually more. There's this whole like thing to boycott JP Morgan spreading fast as new controversies collide. And users accuse the bank of targeting Bitcoin and strategy, while newly released Senate documents raise deeper questions about its handling of Epstein-related transactions. So basically, they never reported any flags on Epstein's transactions, and they did not do that until he passed away. And so there's just a lot of stuff, right? Banks never get in trouble. They get slapped on the wrist and we move on. They get bailed out. And that's just not the case in crypto. And so it feels like a personal attack that JP Morgan is now targeting Master. At least that's what the crypto people are perceiving. Will this be a GameStop-like moment? We shall see, guys. We shall see. But yeah, at the very least, potentially a bounce. The chart does not look great, but I've seen crazier things in these markets, and crypto people are nuts. That's why we love you so much. So without further ado, let's bring Rob up to the show. Rob, how you doing?
Hey, doing pretty good. Very interesting stuff that you're talking about there. Ooh.
Yeah. I mean,
real maybe.
It feels like there's a lot going on in the background, right? Like it just feels like an interesting, weird time.
Oh, 100%, 100%. Like that's just some crazy stuff that like I didn't know about that until you just told me about it, and that's insane. Like I'm just starting to now thinking about that. Like if we get some like we need to like go check out Roaring Kitty's X feed and see if he's starting to post anything. Because if he starts posting stuff like that, you know, people like that's gonna sit there and start making things kind of take off. If you guys don't know who Roaring Kitty is on X, he was one of the ones that was posted on the memes when the GameStop stuff was going on. So,
right, and that guy knows how to move the markets when he wants to, and he rallies behind big, deep pockets. And it is true that we had free money at that time, but if you get enough people behind it, imagine the pain that would cause JP Morgan and the chaos that would ensue. That would be
100%, and like. You could almost feel like the vibes from that. I'm getting it's like the big banks are attacking Bitcoin, and what was Bitcoin made for was the free money. It's just like, oh man, this is for the freedom of money, the stuff of freedom, and that's just like gonna make people like kind of angry. Like, oh, we're gonna pump this. We're gonna make sure the banks like there's like especially like I know in American culture at least. I'm not sure about other people's culture, but we're like, yeah, we don't like that.
Yeah, no, we don't like that. I don't think anybody in the world likes it, but especially America, right? Like, no, we don't like that. We don't like the censorship. We don't like the attack on the industry, you know. And I could see that being an interesting play, actually. So maybe it's worth checking out a little bit of Master. I don't know. The chart doesn't look great, but if it did have a pump,
it would be close to the 3-day, I think, the weekly SMA 200 when I was looking at that. But what I really want to do is I kind of want to go look at GameStop, the GameStop stop whenever it was before that massive liquidation or that massive short squeeze happened over there, where it just kind of went crazy before COVID. And I kind of want to later, I mean, after the show, probably I might go check that out and kind of do some comparisons to see if I can find anything similar between MicroStrategy and GameStop to sit there and start seeing if we start seeing any highlights like that or any signals that we can kind of look for and compare and be like, oh man, we might be having like, is that how we get to 200K fast by end of year? I don't know.
Yeah, like let's go see if something was brewing. I mean, GameStop was basically dead looking before it rose from the ashes.
Yeah, before and Kitty started doing all that stuff, and then you got everybody going there, and all the just memes started coming out like crazy, and that's all it takes is when it starts getting fuel behind it, it doesn't stop, and you get something like that going, a movement like that going on. And you know what? If MicroStrategy, the only thing we have to worry about is exchange shutting down the trading prices and stuff like that, like how they did with GameStop. But if they're still buying Bitcoin and pumping that would affect the price of MicroStrategy if they're pumping Bitcoin itself, because that's what they hold. So I mean,
that's why they pay the big bucks, Rob.
you can't stop Bitcoin buying. That's not going to happen.
That's such a good point. We don't need to buy the Master stock. We just need to buy Bitcoin. And if that price rises, then Master, in theory, would also go up with it and thus liquidate JP Morgan's supposed short position. That would be epic. Considering they get all of the inside buys and oh man, there's just been so many shenanigans that I remember clearly last cycle when they were publicly trashing crypto and there was all in the news, but then you looked at the reports and they were actually buying throughout that time. Right. Yep. So like, there's a lot of stuff happening, and yeah, we just have to learn how to navigate that and be one step ahead, which is our goal here on this channel, to keep you guys one step ahead, as well with the charts. Shout out to El Gamad. Welcome to the show. Amonim. What's up, guys? Good evening. Another great show, another great day. I love your positive vibes, right? Like we should be positive right now because we're in the midst of a massive opportunity. Whether that happens as fast as we wanted it to happen, it's right here, right? Like at some point, it's going to happen where we're going to get momentum back in this market because of that stochastic cross and so many different indicators right now. And and that if you just zoom into this moment, right, we're bound to get some sort of relief pump because of those indicators, but also within the next 5 years. I think pretty much every single person in this industry has predicted that Bitcoin will hit 1 million, right? So, and there's many different reasons for it. It's not just throwing a number out there and saying that that's what's going to happen. The crazier thing is that we are much closer to 1 million psychologically, infinitely closer than to 10,000, right? If you think about that, like how easy is it for you to conceive in your mind that Bitcoin could hit 1 million versus going back to 10,000? I think once you hit that $100,000 mark, once we get back above that, that's going to be like our new reality. So there's just a lot of things to zoom out and think about here as a long-term investor, and also as somebody who's going to be like in this space for a while and trying to navigate the ups and the downs. Just think about that. Where we'll be 5 years from now. That's what I'll say to long-term holders. I know Rob is more focused on the trading side of it, but that for me kind of keeps my head in the game, right? And it keeps me from doing, selling my Bitcoin cheap to the big entities who want to scoop it up. That's just it.
Yeah, if you're not selling, they're able to buy it cheaper, so they're trying to short the MicroStrategies to get it cheaper, so that way they can buy it cheaper some way or another. But hopefully, it doesn't happen the way they want it to.
Exactly. So that being said, why don't we pull up some charts and have a look at what's happening in the market today? What do you say?
Sounds good to me.
All right. So not much has happened, but we can look at a few things. So
yep. Go ahead and pull up my Bitcoin chart. I had it up a minute ago. I must have changed it. You know me with ADHD, I kind of flip around things. All right. So Bitcoin, I mean, we're right at the same level. We're just basically looking to form a reversal idea here. We got a 4-hour change of character right here. We got rejected from the 50 moving average in the 4-hour time frame, and I kind of been waiting for a decent little pullback to like down to this area. Which, we don't break the 50. We'll probably come back down to this area, go a little bit like this, and then potentially start going back up. That's just basically a change of character entry zone down in this area and a bullish order block. So we're basically just kind of, and you call it, some people are going to call it, get my drawing utensil here, a double bottom or a higher low, just depending on how high it closes and stuff like that. So we're going to be looking for that type of scenario, a nice 4-hour reversal idea. So the change of character is your first reversal idea. Then you look for the pattern idea, and then we're going to start a 4-hour uptrend after that is what we're basically going to be looking for. 1 day time frame, we still have yet to break above the 9, so we're not like confluence wise that we have broken the things that we need to sit there and say, hey, we're in a swing long. But that's a good thing that we're just kind of going sideways right here, because when we do break this 9, we're the MACD here. By the time we break that 9, we should be getting crosses on this one. This starting to flip green on it, which is going to be a kind of good thing as well here, because that's starting to zoom up here. Our Stosh RSI, we just finally got above 20, both lines. Next, we need to get above 50 and start getting that momentum going in on the 1 day time frame. So yeah, we're just sitting here. We're trying to confirm support on this nice strong support that's built right here. This is actually the first time in the 1 day time frame after we broke this level going up here from our last pullback that we came back down. And this is the first retest of this level, to be honest.
Wow. So, yeah. I mean that's pretty interesting. So where can we pull back to? Around the 83K region? Is that what we're looking at there?
Let me see here. Yeah, I have it zoned out from 85 to 83-ish. Yeah, a long wick underneath 83.4, a long wick underneath that, even better, because that means buyers are coming in. If you're getting long wicks now at this point on the lower part, so it's just we're trying to get bullish momentum back in, and then also like on this 1 day, the same zone, this 1 day time frame, we already had basically a nice long wick underneath all of this, all the way down to that 80K. So there might be people waiting for us to go all the way back down there, and those are the people like, oh no, it's going to go lower, we're not ready yet, and it's going to get a higher low, and they're going to miss out. And then the people that are kind of over trading right now are going to miss out because they're just going to get stopped out. Hang on one second. My son just came in.
That's okay. Screenshot that, guys, because that could potentially be what's happening here. As Bitcoin is coming back down for potentially one more test of the higher 80s. And Bitcoin does love to do that. It loves to catch people off guard. And when everybody's calling for lower, it sort of fakes them out, goes halfway down and then rips, and they don't get positioned. Hence the title of today's show, which is Big Move Coming for Crypto. We've been projecting this for many weeks now. We have not flipped bearish, although all of Crypto X has been bearish, saying that there's going to be a move that comes. Now, whether that move is continued bullish move or not, time will tell. But we did go over that in yesterday's live, where we said we'll test that around that 100K level. And if we're able to break that, then maybe we can continue higher, or then we might continue to go lower. So it's an inflection point for Bitcoin, but potentially we're in the midst of a pivot and a reversal. And when that happens, and when that momentum comes back in, it comes back in quickly sometimes after, the period of consolidation is done, and you miss the move if you're not positioned or you're not ready for it. So it's important to be ready for that. Let me pull your charts back up here and let's do this.
All right, yeah, definitely. So, like she was just talking about, I think I just heard the very end of what you were just saying. We were talking about the pivot and getting ready for the pivot, the low pivot going into next after a low pivot low, you look for a pivot high. You go ahead and remove those. And so you can kind of look at it like in this zone right here, where we just keep kind of chopping around, faking out until we start getting that momentum up and going. So yeah, kind of right in this area right here is kind of the way I'm kind of looking at it as of right now, which these pivots happen all the time. That's just market structure. That's just how things work out. That's just how things kind of play out. Wow, my chart's going everywhere while I'm clicking buttons.
Yeah. And for those of you who are frustrated because you keep getting chopped out, it is very difficult right now to be trading in these markets. It's just difficult conditions as we're just going sideways and whipping up and whipping down. What do you make of this week as far as market makers, Rob, and Thanksgiving and things slowing down?
I mean, for me, I try to put myself in the shoes of like market makers and big money like that and what they're going to be doing. And in my opinion, where we're at right now, they're either doing one of two things. They're slowly accumulating, not buying too much at one time, so they get a good dollar cost average. Or two, if they're just day trade, if it's a big money day trader or stuff like that, they're just going to the sidelines. So they go, like if they're in America, so they can go enjoy time with their family and not have to worry about that risk that they're in right at that moment. And they're just going to go enjoy life for the next 2 days or 3 days or so, or go Black Friday shopping or whatever it is. And then they'll come back and do their Black Friday buys on altcoins, hopefully.
Yeah. It could be the plan. I think the markets are open half day, like you said, on Friday. But so be careful out there while you're trading this week. We are going to launch our new VIP Telegram group tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow to the public. So we're very, very excited. We already have quite a few members in there. So we'll share more details on it tomorrow. But that is super exciting. If you want to be eligible for it, you got to sign up to BYDFi with the link in the description below, and you're still going to get a nice juicy deposit bonus to get free trading money, to get your feet wet, to start learning how this is done, right? And then we are going to, at some point in this market, have easy trading conditions, much easier than now. And if you learn how to do it in these conditions, you're most definitely going to have a better chance of success when things are popping off, right? So keep that in mind. That link is in the description below, as well as iTrust, guys. I mean, on this dip, while we're capitulating, while Bitcoin is cheap, there's no better time than to add to your crypto IRA, your retirement, pay your future self, stack those sats when it's cheap. You get $7,000 per month, per year in post-tax dollars to add to your Roth IRA, for example. And that's just like purely for your future. You can buy and sell and trade tax-free within that crypto IRA. That link is in the description below. You get $100 funding bonus. Okay. We're trying to incentivize you to win, basically, to prepare for your future and to get this right, because you can, and we're in time, and it's an excellent time to accumulate when there's extreme fear in the market. So that being said, the last announcement I'll do is, I know a lot of people were having trouble getting into the Hive Discord. The link wasn't working. That is fixed now. That link is also in the description. Get into the Hive, guys. Get in there. We're having a great time. And on that note, Rob, let's go ahead and continue that Bitcoin analysis.
Yeah, I was kind of looking at it right now in the 1 hour time frame, just trying to get an idea. I mean, it's just the volume is not going up or down. The volume is the same. I think it's going to be choppier. So like scalp, people who know how to scalp, I think are going to do very decent, unless you're good at building a position right now on positions right now. I think right now is a good time to just be ready to build a position. Dollar cost average. That would be my opinion for swing longs as of right now. Day trades. I think day trades you're going to be going for 7 to 10% moves, and they might take like more like 4 hours to play out or so. Nothing too crazy. And whenever you get into the Telegram group, once that's all opened up, you'll be learning that type of stuff as well too. How long to wait for a trade to play out, stuff like that. And that's something I've been working on in the recent times to master, because I don't like sitting in trades too. I like day trades. I like being in it for a day. Scalps, I like being in it for less than an hour. Swing trades, 7 days. So
right. And you guys are going to learn all of those rules in the Telegram group, the VIP Hive Telegram group, okay, which you'll be eligible for by signing up to BYDFi, the link in the description below. And we're going to teach you how to scalp. Actually, Rob will be doing many live scalping sessions, so you can learn along with him and do it along with him. And they have been absolutely crushing it. We've been doing this in another group. And now we're going to do that in the VIP Hive Telegram, guys. And we have a very big community there already, and it's going to be amazing. So do get ready for that. I can't wait to announce that tomorrow and give you more details. We've got a lot in the works. Yeah, Brian watching Master Chef during our live. Oh my God. But welcome to the show, Brian. Hey, you got to tune in even when the market looks like this, because you never know, you might find a diamond in the rough, a gem in, what we're saying, and something that sticks with you and helps you have not only a better day, but also succeed in the markets. Mike, what's up? What's up? You'll be seeing Mike and some of his posts in the Telegram as well. Very talented trader. Good to have you here. And guys, we are ready to blast off. That's all I'm going to say. So Bitcoin is in chop area. We might be heading down between 83 to 85 before potentially making that official pivot. So that could be the higher low that leaves those guys that say we're going lower in the dust, like Bitcoin loves to do, and then they don't end up being able to accumulate, right? So don't let that be you. And just, study this, go back, watch it again. There's so many gems in these lives. It's a lot to take in 1 hour, I know, but we're doing this because we believe it's going to help people in these markets. So yeah, you loaded up in Linnea. Okay. We actually had a post set up on Linnea quite a while ago. You chose Linnea over XRP. Maybe we'll have to look at that later in the stream. I have not looked at Linnea in a while. But yeah, Brian has been giving us the alpha lately. I don't know. It's interesting. We will get to that maybe in a little bit, but yeah, we're just finishing our Bitcoin analysis here and talking shop, guys, getting ready for the next move. So Rob, on that note, do you have any other things to note on Bitcoin? I know you had something to point out about one of the indexes we looked at yesterday.
Oh yeah. So the last thing about Bitcoin, very simple one here, 12-hour time frame. We did break and we retested the SMA 9 again, and we're trying to fill up this fair value gap. Basically, is what we're basically doing that right here, and we're still holding that level. So I can also up this chart right here. If we don't, like for me, it wouldn't be common that we just kind of go sideways in here a little bit and don't go lower, and then we kind of break up. So we don't have to go lower. I just want to say that as well too. So don't be like, oh, we're going down to 83K, and I want to sit there and wait for that buy right there, because that if this 12-hour 9 holds right here and we close above it again, this might be, or we might not be going lower. This wick down to that, you legitimately see how he just kissed it right there. That white line, that could be the low, or newest local low in the 4-hour time frame, 1 hour time frame.
Right. Interesting. Now, so don't be waiting for those lower prices. You got to keep your eyes on the market. And also, we do have a Bitcoin channel in our VIP Telegram group where Rob and his team will be posting on Bitcoin as well. And actually, Brian, I just looked up what you said about Linnea. I only found a couple of articles on it. One of them was just from like an influencer on Binance and stuff, saying that Swift has chosen consensus Linnea Ethereum L2 instead of XRP for its upcoming 2025 cross-border payment pilot. This initiative will involve 30 plus major banks. So if that is true, which I'm going to try to confirm it, that's pretty big. Very interesting. So we'll get to that in a minute, but yeah, this is what we wanted to reference from our show from yesterday, right?
Yep. So yeah, I just want to reference this. The VIX we talked about yesterday. It's basically the volatility index for the stock market. Basically, when it goes up, it means more people are short in the market. When it goes down, more people are long in the market. Puts and calls. But anyway, something I want to mention today is it is down 9% on the day. So yeah, we are going lower on it as we speak. So less people. So shorts are getting out of the market in the stock market. So that is a good thing, a bullish thing. They're closing positions. The question is it because the holidays coming up here? They don't want to be in the market they don't want to have overnight trades. People are going on vacation, or I mean, if it was really good short opportunities, or they're already in profit, they're taking their profits, so they're closing their shorts. And if if the shorts are just starting, why wouldn't they just move up their stop losses or something like that in that area, protect their capital that way instead? So,
Right.
those are the questions I ask myself there. I like to ask myself, but that is a good signal that those are coming down.
Right. So bottom line is it's a good signal that that's coming down. We don't know the exact reason, but more shorts are leaving the market.
Yep. So yeah, that one there. Outside of that, I mean, if there's any alts? I mean, right now everything's basically at a standby for me. I can look at one alt. If there's something you want me to look at, Megan, today, or
yeah, let's have a look at Linnea, since Brian's a seasoned veteran here on this channel, and if that's true about XRP, maybe there's a decent setup there. Maybe have a look at STRK, see if something's going on.
Okay. Yeah, STRK is retesting the 1-day SMA 200. I'm waiting for confirmation on that one here.
Okay.
Ethereum's came down to a decent buy zone. I was kind of looking for a swing trade for that. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it, take it or not, continue with it because I have to go meet with family tomorrow. So I also make my trades work around my schedule. Let's see here. What is it? What's the ticker you want me to look at?
Linnea, Linea.
Linea. I think did have a pop yesterday. Okay, I was looking at that one the other day. I didn't know that's how you. Yeah, I didn't know what that token was.
Yeah, I mean, if it's true that Swift chose them over XRP for the cross-border payments, that's a big thing. That's a lot of volume that could potentially come into this chain.
Yeah. So we broke the 1-day 9 and we're retesting it. So basically, I mean, I'm going to keep it simple. We just need to hold above 1010. Like we keep holding closing 1-day candles above that, we're good. Wicks underneath it's okay, but underneath closing 1 days above that, we're pretty much decent. And it's pretty that's a pretty good risk management trade as well too. So say we do close underneath it, you're looking at like a 5 to 10% loss. And I mean, once it starts going up and getting momentum, we can sit there and just put fibs on it, and we can just, since it's such a new token. Yeah. I mean, the 0.5 fibs at an 80% move. 786, you're looking like 190% move, and after that, it's price discovery. So it's such a new token to where, Luigi, I like seeing new tokens do like a good 90% drop before I really look at them and I really lock in on them. So let's see, like from right here, I'm just gonna go off of this. We're down 75% from basically like our launch pump area. So I mean that it's a pretty decent pullback on it. So 75% dip. I mean personally, I like 80% dips. 85% dips, a little accumulation, and then go sideways and take off. But sometimes you don't always get what you want. Let's looking at the 4-hour chart right here. Let me delete those here. Sorry, I'm major dip buyer. I like buying when things look dead. That's usually my best gainers.
That's a tough thing to do. Most people cannot handle the emotions that are involved in that sort of dip buying.
I mean, I don't hold it down to there, so I think maybe my emotions are different. And I just sit there. I'm like, well, if you bought up here, or you say you bought the dip rate, say you came up to here and it dipped down 30%, and you bought 30%, you thought you bought a 30% dip, and you didn't wait for confirmations on entries and have good risk management, and now it's down 56% from your last entry or something like that. It's going to be hard to buy more of it because you're like, oh my god, it's started down already, and you're just kind of beating up, kind of hoping. Or if you're scaling in over in this area, you're scaling in on a 50% dip, makes it very challenging. Where you just look at my strategy here. Since it closed and bearishly retest underneath the 1-day 9, did it ever really close above it? Now, the first time it closed above it was right there, and that was 39% down from like this area. And then whenever it closed underneath it, you legitimately would have only taken like a 5-8% loss. Did we even have confirmations? And even I would have taken that right there, these breaking 9s, because you didn't really have good confirmation. The indicators didn't look good on it. Where over here, we broke the 9, we're retesting it. This is still going up, still building momentum on the Stochar side, not even above 50 yet. So we're still building that momentum up on the Stochar side. Where over here, when it broke the 1-day 9s, your Stoch was already all the way up, and it wasn't in the process of building momentum up. So where you sit there and choose no.
So currently looking to we're breaking above the 1-day 9, looking to retest that and hold that. And then that could turn into like a bullish play, especially with the news at hand. So yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Brian. Freedom guy, love your vibe. Megs, doing it live. Let's go. Yeah, you know it, man. Monday through Friday, unless it's a holiday, we are here filling you in on what's happening. So Almanim is requesting XRP and Arrow. Potentially we can look at XRP. And yes, Freedom Guy, if true, we need more. We need more Linnea. That's true. These markets are manipulated hard at the moment. Use extreme caution. That's right. We got big players swimming around in the sea with us right now. So if you just learn to ride the waves of these whales, you will do exceptionally well. And that's why it's great to like take a moment, zoom out a little bit, see the bigger picture like Rob is showing us here, so that we understand where we are. Like the charts, they tell a story, right? And the story that Rob is seeing now in the charts is that potentially we could have some accumulation and sideways chop before we have that potential confirmed pivot.
So yeah, I'm looking at XRP. It's looking like almost every other alt to me. So it's doing what every alt's kind of basically looking like right now. We're breaking above 1-day 9s or 12-hour 9s, coming back down, retesting them. You look at our all of our indicators here. I don't know why this is line's not moving over with me. I have to look. Somehow I have it locked. I didn't know you can do that. So when you look at this right here, these all line up right here. We're basically just confirming a pivot. So you got looks like it could be like a hammer candle or something like that. I'd like to see a bigger body on it, but long wick on the bottom right here. Or you say 2-3 bullish candles right here. Kind of like I can't remember the pattern. I'm looking at three. It's a bullish 3-kick candle pattern. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. I have too much stuff.
Oh yeah. I remember what you're talking about, but I can't remember it either.
Yeah. So basically, we're looking at 3-stick candlestick reversal patterns with our bullish oscillators, breaks of the 9s, all momentum indicators pointing up. We got our RSI. It's up over 40. We're up to 47. So we're basically, whenever we go to the RSI here, like I said, I don't really play oversold, overbought. I look for strength. We look at this here. We're starting to get strength on it, but I would like to see it up a little bit more before we actually start making impulse moves. And I can kind of draw a trend line on it right here. We're kind of getting into this, into like a pattern on this right here that is going to break at some point. And we want this to break to the upside, but do we come back down and make one more higher low, like around 40 or like on this support area? You see a bunch of supports over here, comes back down and then goes up and breaks, or do we go up and break instantly? I don't know what's going to happen going into the holiday weekend here, but yeah, so we're looking for something like this. And then this move here will start going up, and then the price will follow it as well too. That's going to show you bullish momentum, bullish strength. Or do we go, do we make another one? Do we just kind of go straight up right here? Wrong one, sorry. That was this one. So this here, then kind of retest it a few times before we go up. So it's just basically we're kind of waiting on what these signals are. My thing is, do we get rejected and go all the way to the bottom trend line? That's going to give us a pretty deep I don't really want to see that, just due to that's going to start telling me we have a potential bearish range. So we want this to kind of break out sooner than later. We want this level 40 to hold. We don't want this to go any lower than this right here, because even though it's making a higher low, it could be bullish divergence if we do make another low. So we'll be looking for that idea. But if this doesn't hold here, then we're just looking at bearish range, and basically this could be like in a bear market. So it's going to be very, very it's just really watching the indicators, really watching for confirmations. Right now, we're starting to get our confirmation for the swing up to take out bearish ideas.
Right. It just takes time. What the charts are telling us is that we need to have patience, let these moves play out, these sideways moves, let that pivot happen. And as Rob said, if you do know how to scalp, there are some potentially very good scalping conditions here. We will be doing live scalp sessions. That's on the 5-minute time frame, guys. And we'll be teaching you how to do it. It's amazing. Honestly, it's a really fun time, apart from the fact that it's an incredible skill and you can do it on your own, just following the simple rules that Rob is going to give you in the strategy to do so. Right.
Yeah, 100%. Like doing scalp call outs are very challenging because it's very, very timely. Like sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't. Or if I teach somebody how to do this, what signals to look for, what I look for as I'm doing it, then if I do call one out, you know what I'm looking for, and you know what signals to look for to see if that's going to be a good trade. I'm like, hey, this comes down this area, I'm probably going to look to scalp it, and I'm going to be looking for my certain signals. If it goes up to this area and it goes above this area, I'm going to be looking for a scalp on it and you know what signals to kind of look for. So scalps are very challenging to call out because they're almost real-time plays.
Right. Yeah. But we are going to do it, and we have been doing those sessions, and some people who tune into this YouTube have been joining those streams. And yes, It's going to be amazing. So you can get into the VIP Telegram if you want to learn how to do that. We might even do one session here on YouTube if conditions permit, just to show you guys for free how it works. Okay. And yeah, I think on that note, man, it's just about waiting. It's about patience. When you were looking at that XRP chart, is there any indication on time as far as like, can we get a sense of how long potentially this range could happen, or based on previous data? Is there anything there that tells us anything like that?
Let me look at something here. So, like, what kind of move you kind of looking for? Like, more of like a higher time frame swing or something like that, or like more of like our next.
Before
Like,
we start to get like pretty bullish again, if we're gonna get that swing up.
all right, I'm gonna look at the weekly chart here. So here's a cool way to kind of measure a time for how long a move kind of takes to play out. So last time we had a move was, let me go ahead and find my vertical. So was right about in this area, I would say, when we got above there, the Stosh RSI. I'm looking at the Stosh RSI as I'm doing this. So then our top area was like right here. So we're probably kind of like down in this area right here. We're gonna say we're about right here-ish. And for that, from a say we get basically a break of the 1-day 9, so that was beneath it. So we're above it right. Oh, no, that's 3 days. Sorry. So I'm gonna go right here. Then I'm going to measure my time for this to kind of play out all the way here to that says 112 days that took for accumulation down there. So 112 days from now, we can be all the way up here and be skyrocketing.
Woo, 112 days. Can you guys wait? Those of you in the audience, can you wait 112 days, or are you not going to have patience? Are you just going to pack up and leave? Huh? I just want to know. 3 months and change. I think we can hold this out. And in the meantime, we can trade and make a lot of money off the swings and off these ranges. I mean, guys, man, we have such an opportunity right now. I just want to say, Freedom Guy, too many things saying we're going into extended super cycle. We're not in the bear market. Won't be for a while. If ever. There's a lot of noise. I agree with you, Freedom Guy. And I agree with what you stand for, by the way. There's a lot of noise out there, and all we have to do is let the chart and the price action be our guide, right? So we can theorize based on what's happening in the macro economic political sphere. I think that 3-month range for things to really start breaking out makes a lot of sense. I think Trump wants to come in piping hot for midterms. We have a potential replacement for the Fed chair. Oh man, we have endless macro bullish news, right? But the charts are also telling us that a potential pivot is near. So that kind of confluence, to me, I don't ignore it, right? December, okay, yeah, December would be nice, but hey, I got patience if not. Definitely especially on XRP. Yeah, a lot of patience we have to have there. A couple of weeks if Fed cuts rates or Clarity Act gets passed, exactly. We've got so many things. The helicopter money that President Trump promised, or wants to pledge, that $2,000 per person from tariff fees. So many things circulating that could really impact the market in a big way. And in the meantime, the big boys are dueling it out, the war of the whales. Okay. And if you want to take on that fight and fight the good fight, just buy Bitcoin. Let's try to liquidate, JP Morgan's short on Master, right? Like, let's all go out there and buy Bitcoin and try to do that. That would be really cool. So yeah, Cam, what's up? Good to see you in here. How's ICP looking? I haven't looked at ICP in a while.
Actually, I was looking at it earlier when I was out and about. I did a quick phone. I looked at it quickly on my phone, or somebody mentioned it in one of the groups, and it looked bullish to me. And as soon as it looked bullish, it made me think of Phil as well too. And last time ICP and Phil moved at the same time, so I just completely So for me, I always register in my mind what is if one thing moves and it moves with it that I know they usually move together. And FIL had a big volume spike as well too. Filecoin. So yeah, 4-hour time frame looks like we're cupping down in here. We got our bullish momentum. We broke the 4-hour 9, 12-hour. Let's go ahead and look at it. We're moving on it. So, and the indicators are looking extremely bullish as well too in the 12-hour time frame. But we're moving. We haven't closed above it just yet in the 12-hour time frame on the 9s here. So this might be, if we break above here, this is basically last time when we got to this area, it took off. So you're getting a redo here. Do we go lower right now, or we came back down, reclaimed all of this right here, and we're gonna get to do another one here. This could print a nice higher low. So we have a low here. We could be printing a nice higher low in this area. So if you missed this big run right here, I think whenever we were live one time, or I said it in group, I can't remember at this time. Whenever we did call it out, we had a nice like 150% move from this area when it broke out. So, and I said, take out, and I said, after 100% moves, you double your money, you take out your initial. If you did that, this might be a good time. We might be looking to put back in that initial after a good 60% drop. So, if you took some kind of profit when you're up in that area, you're good.
Right. So that would have been an incredible call. Yeah, and now potentially is the time again. And if ICP is going to run, then maybe Phil's going to run, and you know the drill, guys. So we're going to be keeping you posted on that in group. All right, in the Hive, in the Telegram, the VIP Telegram. We are posting setups for free in the Discord, but all of the VIP stuff is going to be in the Telegram group. So as soon as that's live on Wednesday tomorrow, we will announce it, and hopefully you guys will get in there. All you have to do is sign up for right now to BYDFi. The link's in the description below, and send us your UID so that we can get you in there. And that will support our channel and the efforts. And we want everybody to be able to access this. We want it to be accessible. So that being said, we've got a lot of good setups brewing. You don't want to miss out, guys. You do not want to miss out. It's time for money-making season. And look at that chart. This is Fartcoin, huh?
Yeah, I think I mentioned it on here, and I also posted in group a while back ago. So if you did get in on the dip on it, it is from like the local low. I think I mentioned like the potential of a double bottom when we were like in this area. So if you dwell on the support down in here, you're already up. And as we always say, hot air rises. It's already up 60% from this bottom right here. We're calling for potential double bottom. So if you got in somewhere in that area, you're pretty much up. Yeah. Hello.
Right. Yes. Hot air tends to rise. Oh, am I back now? Spain wants to cut me off. I don't my internet issues. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, good. It was just a glitch. They're not really trying to get me off the internet here. Yeah, air rises. So what are we looking at there on that support zone? I mean, as far as buy levels right now?
I mean, I'm going to be looking. Let's see here. Let's see where the 1 day 9's at. We broke it and we went straight up afterwards. Let's see here. I got to zoom into the 4 hour now. Let's see what the 4 hour looks like. All right. If we fake out on the 200 in the 4 hour time frame, I'll be looking to buy around the 50, around 25 cents. If this 4 hour SMA 200 holds, let's look at this. That is our buy level. So that's a break. So yeah.
We're either going back down to the 25-cent area or right where it's at right now if we're able to hold that. And how would we confirm that we're holding that, Rob?
I mean, as long as it keeps closing above it, I mean, I'm going to kind of look, let's see if there's any bearish order blocks right above in the 4 hour time frame. So there is a bearish order block we're in. So how about this? This is what I sometimes like to do. We need to close above that bearish order block, which make sure I put that line on there just right. And these are things I sometimes include on there. So we need to see basically a break above 31,429. We get a break above that with volume. We're not going underneath the SMA 200. We're probably going to be going up higher and going up into this next order block here. So that would be my confirmation on it. But if you come back down, just keep retesting it, and the SMA 9 comes up and gets closer, this SMA 9 is going to come up and push it up, the price up higher. So it might be just consolidating in small time frames, and this is where you can kind of zoom in, look for smaller time frame ideas, look for smaller. It's a good time to zoom in and kind of just keep an eye on it and just kind of see what we can get out of it. Like this right here, it's like everything. Like this is retesting, so you can put a tight stop on it. So you have flag right here, which touch 1, touch 2, touch 3, touch 4, broke it, came back down, retesting it. Estimate with the SMA 50 in the 5-minute chart. This holds and might be going up higher. So closes back underneath it, then you kind of just leave the trade and kind of wait and see if we get that pullback on it. So yeah, just that kind of time.
Look at that. Wham, bam. There's your potential entry, guys. So pay attention. If Fartcoin, a hot air is starting to rise, maybe that's a sign that that's what's going to happen in the markets. I don't know. Just getting a feeling. Hey, what's up, Hofi? So I cannot pronounce your name, but welcome, Hofi to the channel. And Freedom Guy, I love your vibes. Yeah, smash like, hit the subscribe, share this stream. We want to get this out to as many people as possible, especially the real ones who really want this information even in these market conditions. Okay, guys. So do join the Discord. The link is in the description below. It's free to join. Rob is posting these setups and keeping us updated in real time. I'm posting a lot of different macro ideas and Confluence on the macro scale. And yeah, we are just keeping you updated with everything you need to know. And we're going to crush it, guys. And tomorrow we will launch our VIP Telegram group. So stay tuned. Tomorrow's going to be a fantastic live. We'll be back at 3:30 p.m. EST, the day before Thanksgiving. We're going to give you some Thanksgiving table talk, okay? Some stats to hit them with when they ask you, how's your internet money doing? So, yeah. Cam is asking what Rob thinks about Clash G. You saw his last post in the Hive. What was your last post in the Hive, Rob?
I don't remember. I have to look at it.
Maybe.
Was it Clash, you said?
Yeah. I do love your vibe. Oh, by the way, your Darth Vader isn't weird, okay? You can be a Darth Vader fan. I love Star Wars. It's all good. In fact, one of my good friends here in Marbella is a super Darth Vader fan. He has like a real life-size Darth Vader in his office and like a whole Star Wars theme, and it's absolutely crazy. So yeah, it's a fun vibe. We're like, eclectic together. I like it. He suspected a breakout. Is that what you said in the group, Rob? You're suspecting a breakout there in Clash?
Yeah, so basically I'm just looking for the break of the 1-day 9. We keep wicking above it, and we are just trying to break it. The bulls are trying to break the 1-day 9, so we're trying to get just that close above it. Then once we do, it's going to be very simple. We just kind of ride it up to the next trend line, move our stop losses up. Very, very easy trade.
Right. No, I like it. I like it. Guys, I mean, on that note, we've given you some gems here. You have the setups. We're looking at Phil, Fartcoin, ICP, potentially Linnea, if that shapes up because of the news, XRP. All of them that are ready to pop off, we will be posting right now and throughout the days in Discord, but mainly in the VIP Telegram group. So stay tuned for that. Cannot wait. And it's been amazing to have all your real ones tuning in today because you guys are the winners. That's what I'm going to say. That being said, I don't know, Rob, do you have anything to leave them with before we hit them with our last stream of the week tomorrow?
Yeah, just remember markets are like an elevator. They have their ups and downs. They always go up and they always go down. They go back up again.
That's true. That's true. So don't lose hope. If you're getting stopped out, just learn from it and figure out how to get back in and get a better entry. And just keep going, guys. Keep going. We're right there. We're right there. When to buy BTC? That is the $1 million question, Fred. We actually went over it earlier in the stream. We said that Bitcoin could potentially come back down to the 83 to 85K range. And that would be an interesting point for a higher low that would potentially leave all of the doom boys in the dust that are saying we're going much, much lower. Okay, so that could be potentially a good range, $2 cost average, or start, scaling in. But on that note, guys, it's been a wonderful stream. Once again, we love you all, love your vibe, especially Darth Vader. And we will come at you for one more stream tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Eastern before Thanksgiving, guys, and set you up for some Thanksgiving Day trading. Okay, so we're going to give you some gems tomorrow. Be sure to tune in. Thank you for tuning in, Fred, and everybody who tuned in today. And we'll see you again tomorrow.